What's going on, YouTube? It's about that time again. Now we tuned in to Let's Tell the Truth, and we're gonna list the episode 67 on Let's Tell the Truth, Jungle Fever. Before we get this started, I would like to say thank you for tuning in to Let's Tell the Truth. Give me your feedbacks about this. Like and subscribe to this. Hit the notification bell so you stay notified when I drop out a new one. Hit the thumbs up you agree. Hit the thumbs down you disagree. And you can follow me on Instagram on Real Talk 100. So let's get this started. Jungle Fever. A lot of people does jungle fever. Now, back in the early 1900s, it was against the law. You cannot date nobody outside your race, even, and it's been going on for many, many years. From the early, I'll say probably early the 1980s and the 1990s, it had calmed down a little bit, but it was still going on where you still cannot date nobody outside your race. Because when the 1965 riots and the 1992 riots hit, you cannot date outside their race. Now in the early 2000s, which is the new millennium, that's when it happens. That's when a person can date outside a race of a jungle fever. So now when you date, which is known as interracial relationship, which is a black woman marry a white man, a black man marry a white woman, a Mexican woman, a Mexican man, and the babies come out mixed and everything, then you have a problem. Now, this movie Jungle Fever with Wesley Snipes came out in 1991 when the secretary was dating, when he was dating this Italian woman. And in the reality, her family could not approve her dating an African American man. And he was married to his wife, and his wife got real pissed when she found out he was dating the Italian woman. So they had broken up. But even though he trying to get back with her, but it was material, it was done. She didn't want no flowers from him. She didn't want nothing from him. She was that angry with him because he dated an Italian woman. This is an example when a person, and back then, you date another person outside your race, that consider you a traitor. You betray your own peoples. This is in the 90s now. This is the 90s. Same thing with Wait for Exhale with Angela Bassett on there. When her husband was leaving her for a white woman, that's when she burnt up all his clothes, burnt the car up, everything. She was that hot because she didn't like the idea that made her worse, where he left, which is the secretary. When them executive workers, he like that, he leaving her and the family for a white woman. Hit the like button. Same thing. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I got some real bad news I'm gonna have to give to y'all. That stuff not working. That stuff not working at all. People do it back in the 90s when people date outside their race. They had jungle fever in the 90s, but it don't work. It ain't gonna go anywhere because we got to understand, those people ain't gonna change their ways for nobody. They not gonna change for another person. A black man gonna change his way for a white woman. A white woman gonna change for a black man because they know how to break your heart and know how to manipulate the situation. So when you invited you to her family and find out you got some families ain't gonna approve you marrying their daughter, their sister, their brother, their cousin, whatever, and whatnot. Same thing with a Hispanic. When a Hispanic man date a black woman, they not gonna approve that woman. Same thing if a Hispanic woman brings a black guy into the family, they not gonna approve him. You got some Hispanics ain't gonna approve. It's very racist. It's not gonna approve that man because they feel like all black men are inmates. They don't have no job. They convicts. They abusers. They this and they that. They all sell drugs. They all go to jail. They all sleep with different women. They feel that way. They got a right to feel that way. Same thing with a black woman. They say all black women are whores. They say they whores. They have 4 or 5 different men, and they basically they have too much. They have too much. What you say, baggage. They had too much baggage, so they not gonna prove these people. Now you got some Hispanic families prove a black if you have an African American or whatever into the bunch, whatever. But it's gonna be hard as hell to get along with the cousin. It's gonna be hard as hell to get along with the sister, the brother, the auntie, the niece, the nephew, and so on. Hit the like button. Same thing. If a white woman bring a black dude in there in a house with a family, if she invite him to her family, some of them ain't gonna approve her, and some black family ain't gonna approve their daughter bringing a white man into the family. They say they all dirty, they all manipulative, they all want something out of nothing. You see the difference? They want everything out of nothing proportion. And they know how white men get down if they bring a sister around her friends, her black friends. You think about that? They say, what you doing with him? Now, if a black woman with a black man, ain't no problem. But if a white man bringing a black woman around his family, they going to think she only there for his money. She there for his child support. She there to drain his account. This is what they think of. If a white woman brings her black boyfriend around her family, they're going to say all these black men are thugs. They go to jail. They sell dope. They sell drugs. They abusers. They have 4 or 5 different women. They all do drugs. This is what they going to think about African American men and African American women. They think they bad influence. That's why nobody do not approve them. Most of them don't approve. About 45% of white families do approve their siblings with African American mixed babies. Because if they have a baby, they will end up trying to hurt this baby because they will leave that baby out because they're going to mistreat this baby because this baby daddy is black. This is what they're going to do because they don't want they don't want no interracial baby. They don't want no mixed baby. All the babies got to be just like them. Hit the like button. They want all the babies to just like him. If you got this baby coming out with light skin, curly hair, and brown skin with curly hair, then 9 times out of 10, they're not going to accept that baby. They're going to try to throw that baby, even they're going to throw that baby all under the bus, or they might end up hurting, or they might delete that baby. Because you got some people are very evil. You got some of them people are very evil. And they evil like that. They don't care about it. Especially here in America, They don't like no children here as it is. So if you bring an interrational baby around, they'll treat them other kids and treat that baby different because that baby has black skin. It's mixed. Now you see it. This is why you cannot throw darts at a person like that. You cannot do that because you never know what this man might have or what this woman might have. And I'm the one that helped you get on your feet. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be where you are. You think about what I'm telling you. Now, I don't know how true this is. Now, an Asian man, an Asian woman, dating a black man and a black woman. What you think? Let me tell you, what you think of if you bring your black your Asian girl, your Asian girlfriend around his family, she'll feel welcome arms. She'll feel welcome into the family. I'm gonna tell you it again. When you bring if you bring your Asian girlfriend into a black family, it could be an Asian woman, a white man, into a black family, they'll welcome that person open arms. But if it's a turnaround, if she bring him to to her Asian family, what you think is gonna happen? They're gonna throw him on umbrellas, they're gonna mistreat him, and they ain't gonna want to accept it. The family is not going to accept him with her. That some of them, if you come from a rich family, they'll try to pay. I'm gonna tell you, it happens to white families mostly, happens to Hispanic families mostly. They will try to pay that person to get away and not to come back. And most of the men refuse. They refuse to take the money because they love this woman. They love this man. I'm not taking the money. They ain't gonna take the money. But they understand one like this. Same thing with an Asian family. They is not going to accept you with a black family or be a black guy. If you go up down the street and if you see an Asian woman with a black man, they gonna be mad. Same thing with an Asian man with a black woman, they ain't gonna like it. They is not going to like it. It's gonna be something it's gonna be jealousy going up it's gonna be jealousy building up in them people. You got somebody want to do something to you. You got same thing. But if a black man, if a white guy walking down the street with a black woman, they ain't gonna lay a finger. They ain't jealous. They don't care. But if a white woman walking down the street with a black man, the white motherfuckers gonna try those white guys ain't gonna like it. They gonna feel like you taking our women. But better yet, mother lover, you taking our women away from us, from African Americans. So it ain't no better. Everybody crap stinks. Think about this. It's gonna be because jungle fever carries a lot of problems. All this always have been. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, jungle fever carries a lot of problems. It carries a lot of problems because at the end of the day, you not gonna get nothing out of it. So that's why it's best to stick with your own race, because if you go deal with this race, another race, it ain't gonna work. Just like Armenians. See, Armenians got it. So many years of 30-some years, 35, 36 years I've been in California, I never in my life see an Armenian woman with a black man, or an Armenian man with a black woman, or a Hispanic woman. I never seen it. I never seen Armenian because Armenians stick to their own. They not they stick to their own. They not messing around. They're not gonna mess around with another race. They mess with their own race. So that is out the picture. Same thing. Now back in BC, listen, back in BC, back in the Jesus years, it was a rumor that it's a sin to date another race. Yes, they said it was a rumor that in the Bible it's a sin. People say it's a sin for dating a white woman. It's a sin of dating a Hispanic, Armenian, or Afghanistan, Afghanistan, or a Gypsy, or whatever race it is. Because everybody's black, you got to stick to your own race. Because there's so many race out there, you end up being Italian and black, Mexican and Italian, Asian and Italian. Now the race end up being mixed anyway. So now you got to be two different races. I have European in my blood, or you have Mexican in my blood. You got black Hispanics in my blood because the black dated the Hispanics and they all have babies. And it came out mixed. Hit the like button. Now, same thing a white woman dating a black man. A black man dating a white woman. A black woman dating a white man. And they have babies. Now, I'm going to tell you, don't let this jungle fever crap fool you. Do you know it ends with murder? This one guy, he was throwing darts at black women for a long time. And do you know that his white girlfriend unalived him, killed him, and they didn't ever lock her up. They said it was an accidental shooting. It was accidental. They put it as accidental. She never got arrested for it. But better yet, let it be that black dude killed that white woman. They will throw him in the jail and he'll be sentenced to life. Nobody won't believe him. But they'll believe a white woman real quick. That's why I'm telling you, stay away from them people. Now that's just like in Africa, Tanzania. That black woman went to that trip with that older white dude. I don't know what his name is. Forgot his name, but she was missing. She had where it is. They had gotten into a big argument. 2 days later, they found her in a hotel room dead. And they never didn't say he did it. Like I said again, these jungle fever relationships, you do not want it because it ends with murder. It ends with murder, man. It ends with murder. Because you got to understand, you people going around, I don't want no more African. I don't want no black women. They too much drama. I'm going to get me a white woman. I don't want no more black men. I'll get me a white man. That's going to take care of me. But guess what? While you two saying that, guess what? Go ahead. Go ahead. And let's see what's going to take you. It's going to take you straight to hell. And y'all sit here think it's a game. And I want me a white man. Guess what? You're making it worse. So it's best to stick with your own color. You all better stick with your own color. Because it's not going to happen. It's going to make it worse. Those people's not going to change for you or nobody else. I know how them people get down. I know exactly how those people get down. They are not to be trusted. and y'all sit here and trust them. You want to be Uncle Tom, and you want to turn your own race down, whatever, because you got somebody's another race, and it's not the same race as you. Hit the like button. That's why I say, look what y'all better go look at y'all, do your homework. Do your homework right now. Because you thinking you're doing something, you not doing jack nothing. It's just a beginning. Because once you make them mad and piss them off or whatever, they will try to do something to you. You got to understand, they low key still don't like blacks. The race still exists. I'm telling you, the race still exists. They think the race is over. It's not over. It's not over. Well, what they do, they try another way by using love. They try another way by using love. Same thing with these relationships from cross country. These cross country, and they think it's working. No, it's not. Don't. So when you walking down the street with a white man or walking down the street with a white woman, and I look, I just shake my hand and keep walking. I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing because I don't want them to feel like, oh, I'm racist. It ain't about the race. The question is, are they racist? Because if they low key don't like your ass, they don't like you. So they gonna pretend to be nice to you, pretend to love you, so they can start doing a dirty ass underwear. So they can do their dirt. I said underwear. I meant so they can do their dirt. Hit the like button. Like I say again, so like I said again, that's why it was a rumor of sin. Like in Islam, in the Muslim, people were saying that the nation Islam don't believe, or Israelites don't believe to date another race. Ask one of them. They don't believe to date another race. Now I don't know about the Israelites. But I know that Muslims by the nation Islam, they don't date outside a race. They all gotta be black. And that's very feeling. You like I said, it's a little of everybody. They thinking white people ain't bad. They think Asians not bad, Hispanics not bad. All these races are bad people. It doesn't matter. That prison, jail. What you think prison holds? What you think prison knows? Anybody can go to jail. It doesn't matter if you black or not. So don't you use that bullshit. Oh, excuse my French. Don't ever use that as a way to get out of something. You're not getting out of nothing. That's why you got to learn to control your mind. You got to learn to control your heart. You got to learn to control who you talk to out there in that battlefield. You got to be careful who you bring around your family, who you bring around your kids. It could be your own color that will do something to your kid. It could be your own color. So don't think, oh, only black. I don't want to bang no black man. Anybody can do harm to you. Anybody can do harm to your kids. Anybody. So don't think, oh, I'm gonna give me a white man. I'm gonna give me an older white man. Better go ask Ashley. Better ask her. Look what he got her. Look what he got her. And look what he got those other African American women who dated white men. Look what happened to that black dude. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you another episode. This happened in Pennsylvania, by the way. This black dude had a fat white woman. She weighed more than him. He weighed 125 pounds. This white woman weighs about close to 300 pounds, almost 300 something, almost 300 something pounds. Now this guy weighed 125 pounds. Do you know they got to an argument and she sat on him and suffocated him to death? Now this 125 guy, he was a black dude. The 300 pound, the person who weighed 300 pounds, she's white. She sat on him until he stopped breathing and died. And she only got 7 years for this. So they said she went there for manslaughter. 1st degree, 2nd degree manslaughter. And only got 7 to 8 years for that. All because she sat on him and killed him. Remember, the man only weighed 125. He was a skinny little dude. He was skinny. He was a little skinny dude. You see the difference? So y'all want to still date white women? Go ahead. Y'all want to still date black men? Go ahead. Go and date people outside your race if you want to. Now Indians picks their own. Indian parents, they don't give a damn how your kid. Their kid could be 35 years old and they pick their girlfriend for them. You better not go in there with no black man, or you better not go in there with no other race. You better be dating your own race. That's why they pick their girlfriends and their boyfriends for them. You see the difference? Look at 90 Day Fiance. When all those people date all those races and they think it's going to work. No, it's not going to work. Because when you found them, they was already like that. When you found them, ain't nothing, it's already like that. You can't change them. You cannot change those people. They was already acting the way they acted when you first got them. The best way you can do is move on from it. Move on. Because your family, their family, is not going to accept you into the family. And you got some blacks, and you got some African American family ain't going to accept their white girlfriend, their black girlfriend, they not girlfriend, they white boyfriend, white girlfriend, Hispanic man, or a Hispanic woman. They not going to accept them. Some black people do that. Most of them do them open arms. But when it comes to their family, oh, it's a wrap. They not gonna accept you. So y'all better cut it out. Y'all better knock it off. Y'all better stick with your race. It ain't about it's her or it's him. There's a lot of you're gonna run to because you picked the wrong human beings. You gotta pick the right one. You gotta ask them a bunch of questions. You cannot be asking them any questions, or you cannot ask them about their lifestyle, nothing like that. Because remember, when you go to another race or you decide you want to get with another race, it's not gonna happen. All these people gonna act the same way, but they're gonna do it differently. Hit the like button. They're gonna do it differently. It's not like, oh, I'm going to go find me a white man. I'm gonna find me a black woman or a white woman, a black. Because you got some white guys who don't want to date a white woman no more, and they go to the black women. But I'm gonna tell you this: there's a twist. This black woman can start a bunch of drama, tear your stuff up, doing this and doing that to your stuff, and you ain't gonna like it. So when you go run and jump from one race to another, all you doing is open up a can of worms. All you doing is risking yourself. That's all you doing. You not. It's not gonna be better. It rains, it pours, it gets worse. You call yourself trying to put out the fire with water. You're basically putting it out with gas and make a more fire to create a bigger fire. That's what you're doing. You're creating a bigger fire. Instead of putting it out with water, you're putting it out with gas. That's what you're doing. So you better just go and move on from her, or find somebody, find whoever you're gonna find, and then if you find somebody that's nice or whatever, you might have a black woman that's very wealthy. You might find a white woman that's very wealthy. You never know who you might find in this world out there. Somebody gonna like somebody out there. Somebody out there is gonna like somebody out there. Somebody gonna see you and want to get with you out there in this open world. Don't chase it. It's up to that person. That's why jungle fever is not a good thing, because same thing. The Italians and Jews, same thing. Now the Italians and Jews had this rival competition. If you got an Italian family, they don't want you bringing a Jew in the house. You cannot date no Jew. You cannot date a Jew. When you look at jungle fever, when the father found out about her dating that black dude, he smacked her ass. He smacked her. Shout out to Vincent. Rest in peace to Vincent. That's one of my favorite actors. One of my favorite actors that play on these gangster Italian movies. Rest in peace to Vincent. And he smacked her because he found out she dated a black dude, which is Wesley Snipes. You see the difference? And the part in the middle of that movie, you see the difference. See, because let me tell you, they all Italians. You know, they all. It's some type of, it's a thing you don't supposed to do. You got, because they feel like you betrayed the Italian. When you date somebody outside your race, you feel like you betraying your own race, and they don't like that. And I'm pretty sure the blacks don't like it, but blacks don't give a damn. They don't care. The African Americans don't care because they cannot stand each other. They don't like each other right now. They hate each other. That's why they don't care who this person. I don't care who this person date. You can date a Russia. I don't care. That's how more hate blacks are towards each other. That's a damn shame. But you got some blacks that's like, you betrayed us. So yeah, in reality, nobody likes blacks. Nobody. So all of those dating, you want to get a relationship with another race like it's going to solve a problem? It's not. It's not going to solve nothing. Not a damn thing. Because at the end of the day, you going to have to see your son or your daughter laying in that morgue. You gonna have to go see your deceased relative in the morgue messing with one of them. They going to a field trip. They going across seas. Then they see no, this person's dead. They get into it. You killed them. You murdered this person, and they playing like, oh, I don't know what happened. They does this. They does this. In reality, they don't like your ass. Another thing, stop supporting their asses. Stop spending your freaking money on them. If they don't like you, why are they taking your money for? I had to put that out there. But the reality, stick with your own race and you'll be okay. But you got to pick. You got to find and pick who you need to have. You need to do a background check on those people anyway, if your own race or not. So thank you for watching Let's Tell the Truth.